Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. About this stuff. I know it's one of my fun personality quirks that you guys just love about me so much and makes me so unique and charming. Yay. Fun times. How are you guys? We got a few things to talk about today. For one, mainly, what the was that? That huge Super Bowl spot for Mandalorian and Grogu. We're going to talk about how divisive that was. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some fun stuff too. Because when did Star Wars trailers become not fun stuff? Like, wow. We're going to talk about some fun stuff. We got some behind the scenes of Highlander starring Henry Cavill and Dave Bautista. And we got some DCU news, CLAYFACE. We got some stuff with that too. And a couple of headlines. But remember, we got to save some stuff for tomorrow too. So we don't want to fill her up too much. And of course, I do hope that you guys are checking out the campaign for, I'm sorry, my my mouse is doing some weird, stupid stuff today. Make sure you are checking out Veiled Legacy, my campaign, my comic book, Veiled Legacy. Make sure you are checking that out. Please, please, please. We are $120 away from our goal of $7,000. And as of right now, we've got 6 months to get there. So make sure you check that out. Please, please, please. And of course, our goal for the next month is to help me make this trip to Florida as successful as possible. I do have my plane ticket, but I do not have a hotel. I do not have a hotel and stuff. So, anywho, we will get into it. Of course, we're going to say good morning to everyone. If you are a member of the channel, if you have a super chat, you get your good mornings first because our love is transactional here. You should get what you pay for. It's only fair. It's only fair. And make sure you've hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and ring that notification bell with your notifications sent to all so you never miss a second of this nerdy nonsense. Okay, guys? Okay. And don't forget, tonight is our members only watch party. We watched the first 2 episodes of Monarch Legacy of Monsters season 1 on Apple TV. And we're having a great time. We're having a great time. If there's anything else that you guys want to watch, members, of course, let me know. Let me know. I've got a lot of stuff. That we can watch. So, and I like making you guys happy because you do a lot for me in return. So, of course, scan that, takes you to this. I've got new artwork, guys. I have new concept art. If you are a member of the Patreon, which is, of course, dedicated to the comic as well, it went there first. There's brand new concept art in music for the comic book right there on the Patreon. So, anywho, let's get down and dirty with it. Let's yell good morning. We got some hello. Good morning, Commander Polly. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Taco about it. I do not have lowrider stuff, but tell me what clip you want. Tell me. And of course, good morning, Ensign Deranged Lunatic, who's re-upped his membership for 5 months. Good morning, Dani and crew. There's no bad bunnies here. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Are those the only members and supers we have? The only ones. And thank you very much for your supers and your membership. I appreciate you. Oh, and we've got good morning, Nandrew. Lieutenant Nandrew. Good morning. And good morning, Lieutenant Kino Reviews contributing editor. Kino Reviews. Shana-shan. Shana-shan. And I know I saw someone else, but it keeps jumping around. Good morning, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. Good morning. Good morning. We've got those are the only members for now, so we're moving on. Buenos dias, Fernando. Yes, rest in peace, James Vanderbeek. That was crazy. I know he had colon cancer. It's terrible, terrible news. He was such a grounded and sweet, sweet person. He knew where he was going. That is for sure. God love him. God keep him. All my love and prayers to his family. Good morning. Oh, I'm sorry you're not a member. I can't salute you. I'm so sorry. But if you become a member, I will salute you with your rank. Sorry. Good morning, Monique. Terrific Thursday to you. Good morning, Miss Penny. Good morning. What a week you're... I am so sorry. I know I've kept you in my prayers for that. You lost your mother-in-law. And your husband had knee surgery today? Oh my goodness. That is one of the most relatable things. I've had so much of that. All my prayers. You are having just a struggle of a week. I am so sorry, sweetie. I am so sorry. You need one of your special cups of tea. You really do. Poor thing. My goodness. My goodness. I have not seen the Bad Bunny halftime show. I have not seen it. Not seen it. Good morning, Fernando. Vincent. I'm sorry you got confused there. We're right on top of each other. Good morning, Vincent. Good morning. I'm all over the place. I had a really good workout today. And, I only get like half my protein shake until lunch. And so, of course, I'm starving as always. But it's working. It's working. That's the important thing. So I'll stay hungry. What a day! Oh my goodness, guys. Paulie says you got to check out his breakdown of Bad Bunny's halftime show. Great conversation. So if you're into that sort of thing, head on over to Latino Slant. I'm sorry I wasn't there, but it looked like Paul Squared had that covered. You guys were doing great till I got beckoned away. Oh, I'm telling you, I've got to see it because I have a huge thing for Senor Ricky Martin. Oh, it's muy fuerte. Muy fuerte. It's very hot. This man is a fine wine. He ages like a fine wine. And when I saw that he was in it, I was like, okay, you have my attention, Senor Bad Bunny. You have my attention. I will watch for Senor Ricky Martin. Okay, okay. He looks phenomenal. All right, guys. Let's dive into some headlines. Make sure you have hit the like button and subscribed if you are new and you have saved the link via this QR code right here for my comic book campaign, which is, again, we're $121 in to our $7,000 goal. Yes. Yes. So I made some music this morning for it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. All right, guys, let's dive in. Let's dive into some headlines. Headlines. All right. Stop it, Danielle. Get to work. What? Mute notifications. Oh, I can do that now? That's phenomenal. Oh, I'm on. What is happening? There we go. I forgot I was using Firefox. This is nice. Now it won't pop up like notifications and stuff. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Nandrew says, it's great to see Evan's art on your comic to give it a leg up. I should have been more prepared because you know, you know, you know, because uh, Evan gave me his second round of concept art yesterday. Ugh. And Emma's weaponized leg is starting to come together. And if you're on the Patreon, you will get to see it. I'm not going to tell you when it's going to be updated on the comic campaign, but for those who are members of the Patreon who get to see the behind the scenes stuff, it's there. So I smell food. It's hard to diet because I can smell food from a mile away. It's not fair. Anywho, if you remember the Patreon, you can see it. It's super cool. You are delightfully hilarious, and so am I. Carol also said so. So, and you only get like 2 leg jokes a week, and you have fulfilled your quota, sir. So you have to come up with something new that I haven't heard before in order to renew. Don't call it a diet. It's a new eating habit. It is. And I'm eating so much protein. I'm just going to be real with you guys. I am extremely gassy. Just be glad that this is not in person. It's not scratch and sniff. So thank the Lord above that it's not, because high protein diets cause digestive discomfort, apparently. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, moving on. Let's check a couple headlines. So there's a lot of stuff going on that we've missed because we've been out for a couple of days. Apparently, no one thought my fart joke was funny. Have we moved past middle school humor already? Wow. You should not feel bad for that man. You should not. Because it's karma. Let me just call it karma. I'm calling it karma. Bet it does. You eat a lot of chorizo. So, Greta Gerwig, her editor, admits that they're ignoring C.S. Lewis's books and they're doing their own take. Are any of us surprised by this at all? I'm not. I was honestly just waiting for this information to come out. Oh, Nick, come on, man. Why? What were you like in middle school? I have so many questions about your life. I have so many questions. Um, yeah, genuinely, I was really just waiting for this to come out. I knew this was going to happen. I did like the Barbie movie. It was very self-aware. But I feel like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe books are entirely too Christian and based for mainstream Hollywood. So yeah, we knew this was going to happen. Good morning, Ensign Loki Jarson. Welcome, sir. He says Greta Gerwig is a hack. What else has she done? What else has she done? Should we Goo this? I'm going to Goo this. Greta Gerwig CV. Ladybird. Oh, Dave thought it was funny, but I just nah. Oh, and she did Little Women. That was it. That's really it. Ladybird, Little Women, and Barbie. So all what I would refer to as chick flicks. She had a hand in writing Snow White. Okay. Well, there's that information. I'm not a fan of chick flick stuff. I'm just not. I am not the target audience. We'll say that. I'm not. I need to slide over here. I'm not the target audience for that kind of stuff. Uh, I'm not big on romantic comedy, romance movies. Period. I, mm, my sister is. My sister is. My sister-in-law is. Most women I know are. I am not. So there's that. Um, and she did those 3 things, and now she's like, "Ah, I Okay, 2 things, I've never seen either of those films because it just didn't have any kind of draw to me whatsoever at all. Like, I I honestly I love Steel Magnolias. Love Steel Magnolias because to me that's not a romantic film. That's a film about family, you know? Hit Weezer. We'll make t-shirts. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let's hit that pissy old lady. Um yeah, I just see again and again, I really think Romy and I would really get along. Hey, good morning, Omari. Says when Harry Met Sally wasn't as good as people made it out to be. It was cute, but not great. But that's because my heart is ice. Yeah, see, I just maybe I'm bitter or jaded. I don't know. But I'm more into like you guys know, superhero action, that kind of stuff. Whatever. A lot of romance films, romantic comedies, it's just way too unbelievable for me. Um, yeah, I said it. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but I think romantic comedy is way too unbelievable for me to get into. Uh, I just I don't. And I think that stuff like that, especially when they're really mainstream Hollywood, and like reality TV stuff, I think it's really destroying the brains of the younger generations. Like they just did a study that Gen X's IQs have not Gen X, but Gen Z's IQs have just sunk. Like the first generation to have IQs that have like really gone down. And I really think this is a big part of it is reality TV and horrible culture. Mm. So I just I don't get into it, and I think it sends this message because a lot of women and girls really like that, and they tend to emulate that stuff, or they think, "Oh, this is funny. We should be like this, subconscious or otherwise," and it creates these really shitty dynamics in people. Is anyone picking up what I'm throwing down? Like my daughter, I kind of banned her, not kind of, but I did. I would ban her from watching reality TV stuff like Top Model or what was I don't even know the names of half of these shows. Clout House, or I don't even know what they're called. But because I told her, I said, this stuff is going to train your brain to be addicted to drama and stress. You're going to think that behavior is normal, that that's how people do and should act. And I'm trying to keep you from that. And sure enough, every day she comes home, she wants to talk to me. And it's this litany of he said, she said. And of course, I'm sure that I know that generally speaking, it's teenage girl stuff, but then there's stuff like, well, so and so wants to have this family meeting, and all it sounds like to me is reality TV nonsense. I'm like, mm. And then our generation started putting all their dirty laundry on Facebook. We didn't know how to use that power, did we? We didn't know how to use it. We started putting all our stuff out on social media. We didn't know how to use it at first. Because we see all these people, we didn't realize that the majority of that stuff was actually scripted. How do I know? Because the Jerry Springer show tried to get me to go on their show once, and they tried like with a made up story. I'm not lying. And then like afterwards, when I said I wasn't doing it, like there's a whole long story. We won't get into it today. But then they're like, "Oh, well, we want more authentic things now." Like, but it's all made up. It's all made up. But anyway, um, I feel like those movies tend to train women and children and stuff to be too much into this drama, this bullshit, this petty kind of this stuff that doesn't really matter. And subconsciously you forget that this is a fantasy world. This is not how people truly behave. Um and then we get these dumb kids on TikTok. My gosh. Omari, no besmirching of cops. Without cops, we wouldn't have Reno 911. I will give you that. I will give you that. And one of the finest episodes of X-Files. I I I absolutely stand by that. Um, but to no one's surprise, they're basically throwing away C.S. Lewis's work and doing their own thing. Shut the F up, Monique. I need this episode. I need to know which episode because I'm watching it. Monique says my former coworker found out that her husband was cheating when he got arrested on cops for hiring a hooker. That is called solicitation, ladies and gents. And I need to know which episode because I'm watching that. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, so good. So if you have any more questions, comments, emotional outbursts about uh the doom of our children with terrible, terrible movies, leave it in the chat below. Once again, my mouse is acting stupid, and Halle Berry says she won't be appearing in Storm in Avengers Doomsday. Storm's not there. I promise you. You think I'm being coy. I'm being silly, but I'm not. And this is coming from Variety. Now, she says that she's doing like 9 other projects, and she just doesn't have time because she's doing all these other projects. Someone shared it and said 9 other projects. Cats have 9 lives. Code, she's actually doing Catwoman 2. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, I don't believe her either, Fernando. I do not. I believe she's in it. I believe it's another I am not the werewolf situation. Yes, she is the werewolf. Ensign Loki, the storm cameo would be 5 minutes long, but she's too busy. Exactly. She's in it. James Jason Momoa has been set to lead as the lead for the live action Hell Divers movie. The film will release in theaters November 10th, 2027. Holy shnikes, that's fast. That is fast. I've never played Helldivers. You guys know I'm not a big gamer. Currently, I play one of two Fallout games for 2 hours on Sundays. That's when I allow that to happen. But I hear a lot of people like Helldivers. I don't know much about it other than it's, very actiony. So he is a box office draw that has been proven time and time again. This could be very good. Could be very good. What do you guys think? Any fans of the game Helldivers in the chat? I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear about it. Leave it in the chat below. Loki, Ensign Loki says Minecraft made almost $1 billion, so every game movie is getting greenlit. This will suck. I am not surprised that you said that. Not surprised at all. And of course, very, very, very sad news. Dawson's Creek star James Vanderbeek has lost his battle to cancer. I really thought he was improving. Poor guy, but he knew where he was going. He was very strong in his faith. Very based guy. Very aware. He left Hollywood, moved to Texas. Last I had heard, I didn't really follow his life very closely. But man, 2026 is off to a rough start. We've lost so many already. His daughter is gorgeous. Beautiful young lady. Beautiful. Backyard TARDIS says, not a fan of Helldivers. This will be a Starship Troopers ripoff. I don't know anything about Helldivers, so I can neither agree or disagree with you. I have zero opinion. So, rest in peace, sir. All right, let's move on to some topics. We have some behind the scenes of Henry Cavill led Highlander. There can be only one. Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the universe. I hope the soundtrack kicks effing ass. I'm ready for it. Lieutenant Nandrew says an homage isn't a ripoff. It's an homage. Thank you for that clarity, Lieutenant Nandrew. So you guys know I'm a massive, massive fan of Highlander. I love them. And I think Henry Cavill is an amazing, inspired choice for this film. If anything, he will make sure that everyone stays on target with the source material. He will make sure it is respected and beloved and treated like the precious, precious baby that it is. Dave Bautista, he's okay. I don't think Bautista is a phenomenal actor. I feel like he's improving over time. I genuinely believe that John Cena has more range as an actor than Bautista. But I am a big fan of Cavill's work, and also a huge fan of his his level of nerd, especially how seriously he is into the Warhammer series. We're hearing that when everyone else leaves, he is still there making script notes and going through everything. So thank you for your service, sir. This is phenomenal. So Unbox PhD has uploaded all kinds of stuff about or from behind the scenes, so we're going to check it out. Woo! Whoops. Don't want to get smashed by copyright strikes and stuff. I had no idea that they had that crazy loud music, but it's amazing. Love Queen. Greatest soundtrack for any movie. I'm sorry. I'm going to say Crow. The Crow soundtrack is number 2. It's like right underneath it, but this is number 1. I absolutely love it. Here we are. We're the princes of the universe. Fighting for survival. We got to be the rulers of you all. But he looks great. I think he looks great. We've got look at that mean muggin'. They know why you filming. Why you filming? Why you filming? Why you filming? So I'm wondering. Hold on. And no, I haven't gotten to that yet. Omari, I was trying to save things. But you just don't care. And you throw it all out there. Trying to save things for tomorrow. Hold on. Let me look something up. Because I have a theory. I have a theory. It could be bunnies. I have a theory. It doesn't matter. Let's see. So I'm wondering, because we have Dave Bautista as a priest. He's playing Kurgan, right? Oh, dude, I want Who Wants to Live Forever played at my memorial. It's one of the songs on my song list. I cry every time. But oh, did you see? Hold on. I gotta get super Midwestern with that. Hold on. Look at that. Look at his sleeve. See that big Celtic knot on his sleeve? Nice. Very nice. So anyway, Kurgan is dressed as a priest. Now, come on. I want the one where they're looking at us like, how dare you? So in the first one, Kurgan's in the church and he's messing with the nuns and everything with the safety pins on his neck. And just like, I love it. He's so creepy. He's such a creepy bastard. But then in like the sci-fi, let's see, Highlander movies, sci-fi channel. What was that one called? The Source. That's what I thought. Okay. So in The Source, There was an immortal who was a priest. So I'm wondering if they're kind of melding these guys. If they're kind of taking little bits of that Tom Fell. Cardinal Giovanni. All right, that was his name. So Giovanni. Anyone else picking up what I'm throwing down? Clancy Brown, I know. They gotta have Clancy Brown and Christopher Lambert cameo in these. They have to. They absolutely have to. But Clancy Brown's Kurgan liked messing with the nuns in the church. And then you had Cardinal Giovanni, played by Tom Fell, who was a priest in The Source, and that was starring Adrian Paul, Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. Are they doing, like, taking some inspiration from that and actually making Kurgan a priest? Like, I kind of want to hear more about that. I'm listening. I am interested. Is anyone else picking up what I'm throwing down here? I told you, I've seen all of these movies. I love Highlander. I do. And I love the series too. Even the Raven. She was cool. She was kind of cool. Omari, is Lambert supposed to be in the reboot? No, but it would be cool to see him as a cameo. I mean, strictly speaking, all of the Highlander movies are reboots. Like, no one can agree really on what is canon and what is not. Even the writers. And I mean, fair enough. I get that. Like, here is, speaking for myself, this is my book that my comic book is being adapted off of. This is what I'm basing it off of. And I'm changing things. So I get it. You know, you get a second chance to improve on something, and like, well, it's kind of canon and it's kind of not. I get it. I get it. Good morning, Maria. Good morning. Monique says, I love that Connor is lighting a candle for Heather's birthday as promised in that scene. Oh, my bonnie Heather. My bonnie Heather. Same. Oh my God. Yes. I tell you what, by a show of X's in the chat, if you want to hear about my universe, leave an X in the chat and I will tell you, because I am. And it's massive. If you want to have a little chat real quick about the Veiled Legacy universe, leave it in the chat below. And maybe it will intrigue you enough to want to contribute to the campaign. Polly, I am seeing your Y as an X. Okay. That's the most excited I've seen you guys for literally anything. Okay, so here we go. In my world, I feel like I should have theme music for this, and I do have theme music. I don't know why I make half the faces I do, because they are not attractive. In my world, the supernatural is real. But normal average people aren't really aware of it. It's kind of like, you know, that, have you ever heard the saying that rats outnumber people, like, on the planet Earth, like 10 to 1. And at even any given time, you're no more than 20 feet away from a rat, but you never really see one because they're so good at hiding. And in my world, that's kind of the supernatural. So far in my world, ghosts are absolutely real. Vampires, vampire hunters are absolutely real, and they are super powered. Witches, mediums, sorcerers, and uh, well, leprechauns, leprechauns, but they're not what you think. So, back in ancient Greece, there's also Greek gods. There were gods. So back in ancient Greece, there was a young man named Melis, and his father was a wealthy merchant in a place called Piraeus, which is a coastal city south of Athens. And one night, Melis was petty, greedy, entitled, whiny. I mean, his dad wasn't the best dad, but he was provided for, and he's just really impatient. He wanted everything right here, right now. Just give it to me. Um, he wasn't exactly getting the best attention, but of course, this is like 450 BCE, ancient Greece. So they're doing what they think is right. His mother's name is Fotini. His father's name is Ariston. And Ariston is busy with his business, doing the best he can with that. And he feels like his wife Fotini kind of softened the boy a little bit too much, and the kid's not ready to run the business, but Melis really wants to. So the mom really wanted a girl. The dad's just like, I just want to be left alone and run my business. So the kid's real pouty and stuff. Okay. Well, one night he's sent to go make a sacrifice to Poseidon, and something spots him, something that's been watching him for some time. And while he's taking a cart with, one of their best stallions and a ram up to their cliffside altar to Poseidon, a beautiful woman approaches him, at least he thinks it is, and seduces him. And it turns out it's this monster known as Impusa. And Impusa is the monstrous daughter of the goddess Hecate. And the goddess Hecate is the ancient Greek goddess of magic, the crossroads, thresholds, and childbirth. Sorry. Sorry. I need a sip of water. So Impusa's mad because she's actually, again, monstrous. She was a shapeshifter, and she fed on humans, but also devoured their souls. But she was too voracious, and her mom got mad at her and cursed her. And she was only able to feed on their blood. And so she had hatched a plan to get back at her mother and get her full form back. And she was going to use this Melis kid who is, kind of gullible to make that happen. Well, one thing leads to another. Melis gets caught in between this mother-daughter fight. By the way, Impusa also has one bronze leg. Keep that in mind. So he gets caught in this mother-daughter fight. He bites Impusa's arm to get away. Gets a little bit of her blood in his mouth. This turns him into the first vampire. One of his slaves, who is on the threshold of death, gets saved by Hecate and given the knowledge of magic and all this other stuff, is sent home to Melis's mother and says, you know what? You've got a job now. You need to go home and protect your mistress. Shit's about to go down. She's given the daughter that she's been praying for, but, you know, it's going to be a challenge. So Impusa gets trapped into an obsidian effigy by Hecate and given to the slave Cyrus to protect and keep hidden basically forever. He goes home and finds that Melis has turned his father into a vampire, and that father has lain with his mother. We don't know yet, but impregnated the mom and uses sunlight to slay the father. Melis hides, takes off. We don't see him for a while. And the mother and Cyrus start what is known as the Brotherhood. They are the scholars and sorcerers who protect this effigy so that Impusa doesn't get released again and basically destroy humanity. But Fotini is pregnant with the first hunter. She is half vampire, half human, which in lore, actual mythology, is a Dhampir, which has a lot of kind of like Blade. Blade is a Dhampir. Okay, so she's like that. 20 years later, Melis shows up again. This time he's going by the name Erebus because it sounds cool. And he attacks his sister, Phoebe, the first hunter, right? She gets mortally wounded. They try to save her. They can't. So what they do is they take her soul and they make it reincarnate every single time. So they have a hunter. And then they trap Erebus in another effigy, kind of like Impusa. Okay. Well, for years after this and generations, the Brotherhood keeps going on, protecting these statues and looking out for the new hunter, reincarnation and training them and keeping the secret and going and going and going. And generations later, the descendants, because Cyrus and Fotini get married, their descendants keep going. And we have the Hogan family, who I'm not going to ruin everything for you, lives in the Midwest. And I can't ruin that story. But now we have this huge thousands-year-old secret society, okay, that has been around, is all over the globe. And I've got like a billion stories in my head about it. Like I have a billion stories. That is basically the origin story for everything that comes after. But my characters are all descended from those characters, right? And one of my characters is a medium and a witch, and she can see ghosts and do magic. And one of them is a hunter and is part of a set of twins, which has its own set of complications. And they don't know that I can't. It'll ruin everything. It'll ruin everything. You're trying to get me to give you spoilers. Good morning, Cosmortal Comics. Cosmortal, how are you? So I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? There's so much. There's so much. And I'm thinking that the whole full story about Melis and the origins of the Brotherhood of Abraxas, which they never call themselves the Brotherhood of Abraxas because the word Abraxas itself has power and magical properties. They actually have something called the Abraxas Stone, which they use to trap Impusa and Melis into those effigies. They protect it. There's a lot more to it than I didn't tell you. But they never say that word because it has power. So they just call themselves the Brotherhood. So But there's so much more to it. There's so much more. And there's a character in book 2 that is kind of like growing into his own thing. And Caro and I are like, we should actually just make like little mini comics of his adventures, his side adventures. And then you have the leprechauns, who actually aren't small. They look like normal people. And there was a battle. There was a fight between the humans and the leprechauns, and the leprechauns won because the leprechauns were trying to subjugate the humans. And so now they're kind of basically subjugated by the humans. Kind of like how Japan isn't allowed certain weapons, you know. Leprechauns aren't allowed to do certain things, and so they work for humans. So my family has a bookshop, but it's basically, or it's ran by a leprechaun, and he's part of a union, and his name is Frank. Obare, one leg. Where could that idea have come from? Actually, go Google Impusa, ancient Greek mythology, Impusa. I did not come up with that. That was a happy coincidence. I was like using that. But in ancient Greek mythology, Impusa has one leg of a donkey and one bronze leg. The one leg of a donkey is actually supposed to indicate that she's highly sexed. I don't. Apparently, donkeys are very randy. Okay, so and so are impusas. But I have ideas. What I'm gonna do with that? I have ideas. But there's Greek myths, weaponized prosthetics. Like James Bond would sell his Aston Martin for Emma Hogan's prosthetic leg. I'm telling you, it's so badass. And magic. I have so many stories. When bleedingcool.com, you have to fill out this form for it. It was asking me, how many books do you think this will go? How long do you think this series will go? I was like, forever. I have so many stories in my head about Veiled Legacy. I have no idea when it could possibly end. It could go forever, because beyond the story that I am adapting now, I have another one immediately after it that is like scratching in my head, like, hurry up, hurry up so I can come out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then, of course, I have the novel about how the Brotherhood, the vampires, and the hunters were all made in the same night. So much in my head, and I just need you guys to help me make that happen. I just need that. So it's an extremely expansive universe. And at some point, there's got to be a werewolf named Jesse. So, anywho, did that satisfy you guys' questions about my universe? Cosmortal says, same. A lot of stories that got to get out. I haven't seen it. I have it tagged here, but I got asked something and then everyone said, do it now. So I do expect all of you to go on over, not that one, to go over here to fundmycomic.com/campaign/952/veiled legacy, aka this QR code right here. You can contribute to the campaign for $1 and your name goes in the back of the comic book. No lie. $1 and your name goes in the back of Veiled Legacy 1 Midwest Gothic. But if I don't get Midwest Gothic made, then I can't get the Gospel of Layla Fellows made, and I can't get to the expansive universe. I can't get the rest of the universe out. So this is the first step. You guys can contribute for just $1. $1 is all it takes to get your name in the back of this book. For $10, you get a digital copy of the book. For $25, you get a digital copy plus a physical copy of the book. And for $50, you get a physical, custom, autographed copy of Midwest Gothic. But for $1, you can help get this made and get your name in the back of the book. True story. $1. $1. It's like the penny of the modern age. $1. That's it. That's it. $1. Maybe them $1. $1. Make you holla. Holla, 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 holla. All right, guys. Let's pop back into some headlines. Thank you for asking me about my universe because it's a huge, huge, huge universe. I have an iceberg. It's there. It exists. So I'm very excited about Highlander. All right. I've had 3 people now, I think it's 3, ask me about Spider Noir. So let's look at it. Let me find it. Did I just go past it? No, I did not. Did not. There it is. Okay. All right, so let's give our 2-cent review. The vampires are not daywalkers. The vampires are not daywalkers. The vampires are able to be killed with sunlight, by chopping their heads off, or by staking them with specific wood or iron. You can use iron too. But specific sacred woods that are sacred to the ancient Greeks. So, sunlight will kill them. Fire kills them. But my hunters are superpowered humans who have like vampire superpowers. I don't do Twilight or girly crap vampires. They're gross. They're gross. All right, let's give our review and commentary on Spider Noir. This is not mine. This belongs to Amazon. So the volume will be down. We will be pausing, rewinding, back and forth, all that stuff. Oh my God, no wonder my views are low. I forgot to tag. I'm going to do this real quick because I did a silly thing. I knew I was forgetting something, and it's because I didn't stream yesterday because I was at the doctor getting tests done for my stupid surgery tomorrow. I mean, my surgery is not tomorrow. It's the 20th. I don't know why I said that. I'm just... I have problems. Okay. Oh, no, I did do my tags. What's wrong? It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. All right, let's go. We're watching. Oh. No, I won't tell you why. Oh. So we watched the behind the scenes of this last year. Remember? I remember. Do you remember? And then Adam Lance Garcia decided to say, that's not Nick Cage. That's his stunt double. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Do you feel better now? Ooh. That's also his stunt double. Way to steal the verisimilitude from me, Adam. I love this style. So she's Black Cat. First, I'm not going to be able to believe any chemistry between these two. Okay, I'm just not. I'm not going to believe any chemistry between these two. Nick Cage is ancient. Ancient. But I love the very film noir. Obviously, he's spider noir, but the film noir, they really leaned into it with the actual camera work and the filmmaking. So that was great. Beautiful, beautifully done. Well, no, don't make me say no shit Sherlock twice. I'm talking about the camera angles and stuff. Be quiet. Let's watch it. No kidding. I'm talking about I like the camera angles. Let me like the camera angles, Loki. God, little god of chaos and mischief, just getting my goat. Ooh. That back crack sounded really good. Look at the de-aging. The spider. And he's black and white because he was black and white in the movie. So be quiet. I got you, sucker. Most of it. Oh, I wonder how he's going to do in this. I really like him. I do. Ooh. Ooh. Sandman. I like the vignettes. I love that. Is this a funeral? Very 30s. What was oh 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 this is so creepy. I love it. Oh my god. Stealing. Don't mind me, I'm stealing. Oh, I love, 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 love that. Oh, that's phenomenal. How creepy and nasty that is. A human spider. Look at that. Come on. No one's going to say a word about it. That's fantastic. It's like some Eraserhead shit. Look at this. Is that a toe tag? Addison James. Oh. Guys. Guys. Come on now. Come on. Crisis, if I'm honest. Guys, this looks fantastic. This looks so good. I am on board. I am on board. This looks so good. I mean, if anything else, it is trailering so well. Dude. I'm telling you what, I'm pausing on some great moments too, on accident. I mean, if this is the trailer, this is looking so good. When is the last time you've seen me react this excited to anything? Oh, no way. I'm on board. They could have left it with black and white and I would have been perfectly fine. This looks fantastic. This looks fantastic. Good. So I don't get any smushing from copyright. Hey, good morning, Samar. Everybody. Yeah. This looks amazing. This looks awesome. Go watch the trailer in your own right. I'm here for it. It looks fantastic. I cannot wait to see this. I did not think I was going to have this much hype for it. They have blown me away. Absolutely blown me away. This is my grandma would watch this. Mama would watch this, guys. Mama would be down to clown with Spider Noir. So this gets all the thumbs from me. Good job, Amazon. This looks great. We could add it to the watch list for the watch party. Dude, I'm ready for it. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. I was screaming. When's the last time I got this excited over anything? Never. I've never had a reaction to anything this excited on camera. So I'm definitely psyched. So good job. And I'm not a big fan of Nick Cage. I'm just going to tell you guys, my daughter's late father reminds me of Nick Cage, and he hated Nick Cage because of that. So every time I see him, I just think of her dad. So I'm like, oh god. But I didn't even think of that once. Loki, I'm mildly annoyed that they changed the name from Peter to Ben. You're gonna have to talk to the Across the Spider Verse people, because that's where he's coming from. He's the Spider Verse version of Spider Noir. But looks good. Looks good. I'm for it. I'm for it. All right, guys. Clayface. Clayface has been moved. 1 month. Just 1 month. This could honestly be a good thing. I gotta find it. I get really tired of Twitter moving my crap around. But Clayface has moved from September to October for release date. This could be them polishing things up. It's moved from September 11th, 2026 to October 23rd, 2026. It could be because September 11th, kind of day of remembrance. It could also mean, they got some more work they want to do on VFX or editing, what have you. Man, that guy's got an amazing bone structure, does he not? Gorgeous. It could be a good thing, or it could be like, Oh shit. We forgot something. Exactly. Hopefully it's not polishing a turd. But let's just be neutral about it. Hopefully. Let's not go fully black pilled. I'm trying to save what's left of my humanity. Let's not be totally black pilled about it. Right now it's just push back less than a month, really. It's 27 20. I don't math off the fly that well. It's 20 something days. It's being pushed back. Or not, it's like 17 days. There you go. It's like 2 weeks. 2, 3. I don't know. Oh my god. So it's just pushed back a little bit. Not much. So it honestly, if it's just a matter of a couple of weeks, like 3, 2.5, 3 weeks, it could just be a scheduling thing. So, hey, good morning, Sean Stackhouse. Where you been, bud? Didn't Guns say that they were leaning into the body horror with Clayface? Shouldn't just be that it could be a better fit to release around Halloween. Exactly. It could be a scheduling thing. And I completely agree with you. It's just a couple of weeks and it's just around Halloween. So there you have it. It seems like a better fit to me as well. Boy, that was quick. Samar, the universe Clayface is part of, I mean, peeps ain't interested in. They got to make them interested. That's how you get normies into deep cuts. Or, I mean, I don't really consider Clayface a deep cut. But for normies, he is. For people who like comic books, not so much. I mean, he's not on the main roster, definitely, but I wouldn't necessarily just call him a deep cut. But in order to get the normies to know more about him and want to know about him, you got to make them care. You got to make something good that will interest them. So that's the way you do it. Well, and Mike Flanagan, it's Mike Flanagan and who else? Writer, Clayface. Mike Flanagan is the director. Hossein Amini is the writer. So initial script and vision. Mike Flanagan pitched the solo movie based heavily inspired by Batman the Animated Series. Rewrite as of May 2025. Drive screenwriter Hossein Amini was brought in to rewrite the script. So Flanagan left, was unable to direct the film due to scheduling conflicts. So who's directing it? Did I miss that? Was written by acclaimed horror filmmaker Mike Flanagan, then rewritten. What? By Hossein Amini, director. James Watkins. James Watkins, really? Did I know that? I feel like this is like binge watching. I talk about stuff so much every day that I don't retain it as much. So James Watkins is directing Clayface. He did Speak No Evil, Bastille Day, The Woman in Black. So okay. Oh, there went that. Okay. Loki says people were tricked with Joker, but it hasn't worked since. Also, Guardians of the Galaxy was an aberration. That much is clear. Super Samar, yeah, and the sad truth that both Supergirl and Clayface might be decent watches, but ain't gonna do good because Guns movie 2025 destroyed first impressions. Sean Stackhouse, if Batman isn't in the movie, which I highly doubt he will, it's a mistake. If Clayface ends up looking like Guardians, similar to what Supergirl does, that would be so stupid. I mean, I agree. We will know James Gunn has his fingers in everything when he isn't directing. That is you're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Mm. But I do believe that this has been pushed back for a Halloween release. Because, yeah, body horror. True story. All right, guys, let's dive into our main topic because I'm going to need to pee soon. May have to put up the intermission. You know what? We're going to do that. Because I got to pee. I'm trying to stay hydrated, guys. I'm back. Thank you for your patience. I feel better now. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Okay. I can't find that. So we're just going to do this. We're going to do this. Actually, I think I can just do this because I already have it. There we go. So the whole world waited with bated breath. That's one of the big things about the Super Bowl. You know, the world may not have football fans the globe over, but they definitely have Star Wars fans. And one of the great things about the Super Bowl are the commercials and the trailers. At least it used to be. When I was a kid, I mean, you can go to YouTube and look up great Super Bowl commercials from the past, like for any year at any point, right? This year was a total dud, like in general. Am I right? Like just a complete garbage. We didn't get a Doomsday trailer, but we did get a Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, which cost them over $10 million. Now, it costs a lot of money for a Super Bowl spot. So if you are going to pick a Super Bowl commercial, if you're going to spend money to put your ad during the Super Bowl, you better pick a good one because the whole world is going to be watching. I'm going to stop you right there, Sean. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I had no idea. I don't even know what you're talking about. I was waiting for movie trailers. I just waited for them to hit on the YouTube. So, um, we have this. I'm going to save some pictures here because what drove people crazy, what drove people absolutely nuts. Oh, good grief. This thing sometimes is really irritating. Here it go. Um, was the why. It was the why. This was a huge, huge miss because not just the fact that they did this, but then afterwards, like immediately afterwards, they released a statement explaining it. And let me tell you something. As someone who grew up with Kathleen Madigan as my mom's best friend, if you have to explain the joke, it ain't funny. So it starts off with Sam Elliott voiceover. And we see Mando, holding reins, and then Grogu force takes the reins away, and he's, you know, leading the reins on this hover cart that's being led by, you guessed it, Tauntauns. It's it's a Budweiser commercial. It's a spoof on a Budweiser commercial, and it looked so cheap, so poorly made. I mean, I there's this one specific part. I'm trying to find a still of it, but there's one specific part where they are sitting in the on this wagon, this hover wagon, where it just looks like they're sitting on a couch looking at a big TV. Do you guys here it is. It's someone else's thumbnail, so I apologize. But this right here, does that not look like that's a big screen TV in front of them? It did look like a low budget Muppets reel. Absolutely. This is supposed to be the most eyes on the trailer at any given time during the Super Bowl, the one time of the year when more people than any other time are parked in front of their televisions. You're supposed to bring your frickin' your WMD, your world killer, greatest weapon in your arsenal, marketing wise. And this is what they brought. This, like, what is it, like 30 seconds of this, and then it ends with this. But hey, remember Tauntauns? Remember thems? We haven't seen Tauntauns since Empires. Remember Tauntauns? Remember Budweiser? Isn't that cute? Look how cute Grogu is. Aww. I've had about 1.5 million nerds sit and explain to me it's a joke. It's a spoof of yeah, I know. I'm not stupid. Okay, just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I don't know it's a fucking Budweiser commercial. I'm from St. Louis, bro. Do you know what that means? Do ya? Budweiser in St. Louis, we are the home of Budweiser. I grew up down the street from the brewery. Okay? I could open my window and smell the hops and barley. Okay? When I was a kid, I hated it, but now I kind of miss it. I am from Budweiser country. I know a Budweiser spoof when I see it. The question isn't what, okay? The question is why. The question is why. And why did they think this was the time? And I had an equal amount of nerds that have been settling for way too long that they think this shit is normal. An equal amount of nerds tell me because they think that the Super Bowl people would appreciate a beer commercial joke better. Boy, you better sit down. You're not going to sit here and tell St. Louis, shut up. St. Louis girl. Shush. I do love Blue Moon, but we're not going to despair. No. Mm-mm. 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 Not on my watch. This is Star Wars. You are supposed to bring your A game. The goal is to make people want to see the movie, not make a joke about beer commercials from 1985, which is when that commercial they're making a joke about is from. How many people are actually going to know that other than Sam Elliott, who's doing the voiceover? They spent over $10 million on a joke that did not land. I'm looking at you, Nandrew, out of my peripherals. You better lock that down. You are sitting here on St. Louis turf. We will discuss this later. Hey, good morning, Dom. Good morning, Lieutenant Dom. I do love Guinness as well. But I'm a St. Louis girl, okay? Shush. Sorry, wrong finger. Shush. This is supposed to make you want to see the movie. And they had to issue a press release to explain what they did. Thank you, Ensign DL. I was just at the Lent Brewery yesterday. Do not make me come over there. We will talk about this in Orlando next month, sir. Okay? It's a point of pride. It is a point of pride. Lent Brewery, Budweiser. We do not discuss these things. We're supposed to be talking about Mandalorian and Grogu. How Disney I triple dog dare you. Bring it, bitch. It's supposed to get hype. It's supposed to make you hyped for this movie. And all it did was make people argue again. That's all it did. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Backyard TARDIS. Please tell me what clip you would like to see. Thank you very much. He says it's a perfect Super Bowl commercial. I disagree. I think they had an amazing opportunity to get more eyes on this, because I'm telling you, there is very little hype for Mandalorian and Grogu, and their marketing campaign is doing the opposite of what it needs to do. And this made it so much worse. They spent over $10 million. Let's see. On average, let me see. On average, how much does a Super Bowl ad spot cost. I should have worn my superb owl shirt. Okay. A Super Bowl ad spot costs $8 million. Okay. Did it cost for Disney to produce the Super Bowl commercial for Mandalorian and Grogu? Okay. They spent over $20 million on this total. Over $20 million. About $10 million for the ad itself and $10 million for the ad spot. And all it did was make the hype meter go down. Boop. 8 million is the lowest. 8 million's the lowest. For the better spots, you're going to pay more. So they paid for a good spot. They paid about 10 million. And they paid $10 million to produce the actual ad. So about 20 million. And that's what I'm driving at. An insane waste of resources on a joke that did not land. We understood what they were driving at. We understood the basis of the joke. We just don't understand why. We wanted to see action. We wanted to see the goods, the blaster fights, the pew pews, the flying in the ship and the space battles and aliens and stuff. That's what we wanted to see. Nandrew, stop! I see you, you bastard. Stop it. I love you. Why are you like this? If you come for my Cardinals next, I can kick you from at least 30 feet away. I just want you to remember that. And you won't see it coming. You won't hear it either. So we wanted action. Went flash, boom, pow, blah, 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 blah. And we got, remember Tauntauns? Remember how cute Grogu is? Who was the target audience for this? And I kept getting comments like, people who like beer, Star Wars fans with money. No, this is not for Star Wars fans. This is not for Star Wars fans. What Star Wars fan was super excited about this? What Star Wars fan was like, this was the best Super Bowl trailer ever? Disney wasted the Super Bowl opportunity entirely this year. No Doomsday trailer, no Brand New Day trailer. And technically, no Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. Just a 30-second commercial of a beer spoof. I'll come for you too, Sean Stackhouse. No one cares about the Royals but you. Oh, that's the one thing Missouri people will argue about. Just to let everyone know. But this is what they've done. They wasted everything for this. They thought we were supposed to love this. And they had to know, right? Disney had to know that they fucked up. They had to. No Doomsday, no Brand New Day. And this nonsense for Mandalorian and Grogu. So Mar, so let me get this straight. Mandalorian season 1, season 2, good. And 3, bad. Why? I can tell you why. I'll tell you why. But if Disney is aware that a Mando movie going to be good, most likely, right? Nah. Even if marketing is bad, I think they respect. No, they don't. Okay, so Mandalorian season 3 is bad because one, they fired a bunch of really talented, wonderful people that worked on the project for really stupid box checking reasons. Um, then Pedro Pascal was like, even from season 1, and this is all stuff I have heard from people who worked there. And I don't mean craft services. I mean people who were the head of the departments people, okay? So Pedro Pascal was, for some reason, Jon Favreau hated that dude. I don't know how their relationship is now. I cannot speak to that. But seasons 1 through 3, Favreau was like, fuck that guy. I don't like him. He's so annoyed with him, which is extremely out of character for Jon Favreau. He is a very actor's director because he came from acting. But for some reason, out of character for Favreau, he would tell the costumers and makeup department make his armor heavier whenever he was on set or location, make it heavier, make it more uncomfortable, leave him in there longer, make it hotter, like really just screwing with him. And Pedro was just very personable guy, very friendly. He needs to be liked kind of guy, very sensitive. And he would come into the trailers like, I just don't get it. Like, what do I do? Like, what did I do to these people? And they would have these conversations like, well, we've never said who the Mandalorian is. So if we need to get rid of Pascal and move on to someone else, then we can do that. Okay. So that was always kind of the plan. It was always kind of a backup plan that they could move on without Pedro Pascal. So after season 2, Pedro Pascal was like, "You guys are assholes." Like his star had really started to climb, and he was just really done with them. So they started scrambling and redirecting the script, putting Bo-Katan out front more than Din Djarin. And that's why it was so bad. Jon Favreau had really taken a bunch of steps back. He's like, I'm done with this shit too. I'm done with all the meddling with the suits like Kathleen Kennedy. I'm like, I'm over it. And it was a lot of last minute, this isn't done kind of moving pieces around and putting Bo-Katan out front more. That's why season 3 was like it was. And the thing was, I was told that in the movie, Din Djarin's gonna die, so Pedro Pascal can be done with Star Wars altogether. I was told years ago that season 4 would be a movie and that Din Djarin would die. That's what I was told. Backyard Charters, thank you for another Lieutenant Backyard Charters. Thank you for another $2 super chat. Do you feel the same about the Toy Story Levi ad? Haven't seen it. Because Toy Story is kind of outside of my wheelhouse. I haven't seen it. I've only seen the first 2 Toy Story movies anyway. But thank you very much for that. And would you please choose your clips so I can transactional love you? Backyard Charters, but Din has significantly more screen time than Bo in season 3. Do they? Do they? Are you sure about that? Andrew, I didn't mind the larger focus on Bo, but the writing overall, pacing was awful. Yes, it was. The script was not complete. They had to keep changing things. Dom, don't do that. Don't give me hope. Sean Stackhouse, remember when Kenobi was supposed to be a movie? Yep. No clips. Okay. No one likes the clips? I thought you guys liked the clips. I was wrong. It's fine. I'll look up the Toy Story Super Bowl ad. Toy Story Super Bowl ad. Hmm. 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 Oh. Oh. Eh. Whoa. Oops. It was the wrong thing. Pull your pants up. So this is the Toy Story Levi's ad? This is it? Bo knows baseball. For that thing. Dance to you. Get better. Get up off of that thing. I love that song though. And dance. So why was Woody in this? I don't understand why Woody was in this. I don't get it. I mean, I get George Michael. Backyard TARDIS. Yes, they don't have a single episode of Bo without Din, but Din has lots of scenes without Bo. But the focus was definitely put on Bo. You can't deny that. Yeah, see, that's my question. How does that qualify as an appropriate ad for a children's movie? It does. It feels that is not. That is absolutely not. That is a jeans ad, not a Toy Story 5 ad. Okay. So hold on. Here we go. I was ending. You were there. Worlds collided. We never. We will have to agree to disagree on that one, Backyard TARDIS. Because I entirely saw it as them closing his story arc, his character development to bring her in. Hey, Nandrew, what does that remind you of? Does it remind you of my emails? Sent from my Leapfrog learning pad. I saw season 3 as them ending his character arc, closing his loop, you know, so that they could slide in Bo-Katan. So they could and bring in Bo. That's how I saw it. But yeah, that was a weird way to start off a kids movie with butts. With butts. That's rather strange. What do you guys think? Leave it in the chat below. 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 Leave all your questions, comments, emotional outbursts in the chat below. And remember, I'm trying to get to Florida. Like, I have a plane ticket, but that's all I have. That's literally all I have. So, Loki. Ensign Loki. His religion exists entirely, so they don't have to spend money showing the actor's face. Well, Death Watch does. Do me a favor, make sure you've hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and ring the notification bell so you get notified when. Also, don't audio sound a little low. Well, for the videos and stuff I play, yes, so I don't get dinged, but thank you. But do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my nerdy nonsense. Sharing is caring, and we are in an engagement driven algorithm. So leave comments. You have to leave the comments. So that way the algorithm overlords at YouTube know that you like what I'm putting out there and you think other people would like it as well. Yes, I do have that new breakdown about Lobo out there, and I have it split up into 3 different parts. Big thanks to Lieutenant Kino Reviews for that. There's also this QR code right here. I'm going to turn. Why is that happening? I hate you sometimes, StreamYard. I have this QR code right here at Buy Me a Coffee where you can chip in as little or as much as you like to help me keep the lights on and send me over to Florida. You can help send me to Florida and keep all the lights and stuff on here because I'm not fully monetized, and genuinely I don't think it's ever going to happen because I keep kind of oscillating around about 100 hours left to get fully monetized, and it's seriously irritating. So I think I'm just giving up on that. On that during like I just can't live with that stress anymore. I don't know why you do that to me. So anywho, you can chip in there. Also, don't forget this QR code right here sends you to fundmycomic.com for my comic campaign, Veiled Legacy, Book 1, Midwest Gothic. It's kicked off last week, and we're at about $121 out of the $7,000 we need to make this happen. And as you heard earlier, I have so many stories for this world. It needs to happen. So there's that. And there's also a Cash App. I mean, if you want to Cash App me, that's cool. That's cool too. And there's also Patreon. If you join the Brotherhood over at Patreon, we have 4 different tiers starting as little as $3 a month. And you get all the behind the scenes access to what it takes to make Veiled Legacy happen. Caro and I made some music for Veiled Legacy, and I uploaded that today. I'm going to upload some more. I have new concept art for Veiled Legacy, so all the new stuff goes there first. So that's over there too. So if you want to see what these characters are looking like right now, go over there and join. It's $3. You can join over there and you can see what's going on. And every Friday I do a vlog and tell you what's going on. And this week Caro and I recorded one of we call it wall meetings, where we edit and I bounce ideas off of her. So that was fun. And you get my reactions to seeing the new concept art for the very first time. So that will be uploaded this Friday. What else did I put on there? Oh, and there's new Veiled Legacy merch exclusively on the Patreon, and new members get that every 3 months for the first year of your membership. So go check that out. Patreon.com/comics and there's the merch store, comics and cosmetics at Etsy.com. No, there is no Veiled. That was super Midwestern. There is no Veiled Legacy merch on the Etsy store because that is exclusively for my Patreon people. But there is a lot of nerdy merch over there. Everything I've told you about, except for the Veiled Legacy merch, can be found at my website, comics-and.com. Reviews, my portfolio with my special effects looks, information about Veiled Legacy, the channel, and a little bit about myself, all on comics-and.com. This podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to love more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So check out red5.bio.link today to discover more of your Red 5 family of podcasts. Let's check in with the chat. Are you going to GalaxyCon in Oklahoma? It looks very cool. Well, first, when is it? 2, I don't have money. I spent every spare dime I had from my tax refund to buy my plane ticket to Florida for MegaCon. So the chances are extremely slim. Everything that I'm saving right now is going to Veiled Legacy to get my comic book made, which is why I'm constantly pointing to this right here and putting up the link saying that for $1, it only takes $1 that you guys can, contribute to it. So everything I have has been going to that, but I'd love to, I really would. I would love to, and, try to pimp my comic out some more. That would be really awesome. If I could afford to, I would love to. I would. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a wonderful and nerdy afternoon. If you are a member of the channel, I will see you tonight over on the members only Discord at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to watch some more Monarch Legacy of Monsters. If you're not a member of the channel, I think you should ask yourself why. Yes, there's going to be digital and physical releases. If you sign up, if you contribute here to the Fund My Comic, I think for $10, if you contribute $10, then you get a digital copy of the comic. If you contribute $25, you get a digital and a physical copy. So it's super, super awesome. Absolutely. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you're not a member of the channel, you should join. We have a lot of fun over on the Discord with the members only streams. And we've got a list going. Like, if you want to watch something, let me know. I have access to a lot of stuff. But until then, nerds, I hope you have an awesome and a nerdy day. I will see you tomorrow morning for our Friday. Remember, support indie comics and look out for KK. Okay.
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!